But it just makes so much more sense, because otherwise I'm coming here, and then I come back here, and then all of a sudden I have to let go and come here. That's just incongruent. Whereas this is congruent. Do you see? So I want you to just watch. This is a very subtle difference. And again, you don't have to change it. You can just do your same old, same old. So our same old, I'm going to do it facing you, is the hand touching here, and we rotate to our, we rotate completely, and then we drop the elbow down, and then we rotate completely, and then we come back to the front, and here, follow step. So that's familiar to you, yes? I hope, at this point? Okay. I've always wondered about that, because I get if we touch, this acts as like a little strut and support. However, it leaves this hand occupied. And if we're doing fascia connection and we're touching the opponent, what are we doing here? Well, we might be able to shear and pull, but it just doesn't make sense to me. So the first, I don't even want to call it adaptation. I feel like this is the adaptation. The first thing we do is we don't touch. So instead of touching, just bring your hands apart like this. And now you can imagine I could have the under part of a forearm and the top part of a forearm. Now this could be under the armpit. This could be up on the bicep. You've got all sorts of options here. Do you see the difference? Okay. Plus, I think it's not disrupting your own energy flow. I think when we do this, it's like, whoa. Instead, we're here. These are simple things that we're doing. And then if you just want to follow me seated, you don't have to stand up. Or you can stand up, doesn't matter. Then when we rotate, we do the same thing. We rotate to the right. Then as we come back, we just drop the elbows down and rotate to 90 degree. And then we're already ready to press. So it's a much simpler, so we're not going to, so it looks like this, just watch me. So I'm going to come over here, come here, and then here. Can you see that's so much more powerful? Yeah. And if I needed to rotate them this way, then I can. But if I rotate this way, now I'm very compromised, actually. Even with my Tai Chi, everything in place, I could be easily toppled because there's too much spiraling here. And so we just come to the middle. We don't go all the way right, all the way left, and then back. So it's more subtle. We rotate, then drop the elbows, come back, and now you're already set to press in. Okay? Do you want to try it with me then? And again, this is completely optional, but this is the way I'm going to be doing it, so you might notice. I know some of you probably already have noticed, like, hey, she's doing that a little differently. Well, those are the two reasons, or many reasons why. So let's go ahead and I'll mirror it. So put your left foot in front. And in this instance, your heel is down, but your knee is still bent. Excuse me. Put your right hand out and hold your cookies. And then go ahead and touch the pisiform like we were before, so that you're in place. And now just separate it away. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel more energy between my hands this way. Okay, so it's like you're holding an oblong balloon, like a party balloon. You're holding the bottom underneath with your right hand, and your top hand is sort of resting on top of it. And so it's a little higher. It's not even, it's a little higher. Yes, and so now pivot the whole thing to your left. Good. Now drop your elbows down and pivot back to 12 o'clock and connect the hands. Step forward and press. That's it. See, y'all were worried. Let's do it the other way. Okay, so you're going to, if you need to, like when we're doing it in the form, if you need to touch first to get oriented, then pull your hand apart, that's fine. And it's kind of like the right hand's pushing the left. Feel that? I'm sorry, the left hand is pushing your right. So feel that? That's what rotates you. That's correct. Then drop the elbows, and now your right hand pushing the left. Isn't that nice? And then you're all situated to be able to do this. So. Okay, so now let's put it into our form. Let's see. So let's pretend that we've already done our brush knee, play the loop, parry and punch to the left. And then that next form is brush knee and leisurely tying coat. So we'll get set up for your brush knee to the right. So turn to your right, step, follow step, deliver. Now the circle thing is a little different too, but we won't have to worry about that too much. It's just a shallower, a little more oblong circle. Step back, pull it back into. So all of this is the same. Now as you pull up, that's when your hands are apart. They're not touching. Step forward, and you can see where that could be a jab. Whereas if I'm here and I try to jab, it's not as powerful. So hands are separated. Then show the cookies and pretend the left hand is pushing the right hand. Drop the elbows down and circle back to your 90 degree, and now your hands are holding the ball, step forward and press. Okay, we're going to do that another time without me doing so much of a commentary on it. So here we are. Turn to your right, follow step. Then your right hand does come over the top, and it's like you're grabbing a big rope. Step back, pull it in. Float up, but just don't touch the wrist. Step forward. This is a jab. Then show the cookies, left hand pushing right. Drop the elbows down, hold your ball, and you come to 90 degrees. Then follow step, press. So, brush, knee, follow step. And then I usually call this the bicycle wheel, like that. Okay, you can still do the bicycle wheel. It's just a little more of a subtleness. So I follow step, and it's still a bicycle wheel, but instead of a big round one, it's more oblong. So it's just I'm reaching out and making contact with their arm, stepping back, drawing it in. That's it. That's the only difference. It's just not a big... So I'll do it once this way and then once that way, and you can see the difference. So I follow step, up, turn, middle, press. Okay? I'll do it this way. Follow step. So it's just more of a... All right, we'll do our normal opening form, so that'll be an opportunity to practice it. And then from there, we'll do leisurely tying coat and waving hands and clouds, leisurely tying coat. We'll see. Here we are. Float the ball, sink the tailbone, open the gate. Sink the ball. Draw it in. Follow step. Now, instead of your left hand touching the pisiform, just keep a nice space. Connecting the hands. The left hand is pushing. And you will come all the way to the right. Then drop your elbows down and just come to your 90 degree. Then step forward and press. Come back to the front. Open and close. Now we'll do waving hands to the right. So do your single whip left, Then come back to the middle and do a nice open and close. Now we'll do brush knee and single whip left. And so we'll brush knee. Now you'll do your leisurely time code. So left hand comes over the top, but more oblong. Step back, right. Draw the left foot back. Float up. Instead of touching the pisiform, keep your hands separate. Follow step. Right hand pressing the left. Drop your elbow down. Come back to 90 degrees. Step forward. Follow step. Open. Now we'll do it to our right. So brush knee, follow step. Right hand floats over the top, step back left. So it's the same, it's just a oblong bicycle wheel. Right brings it back. And then don't touch the hands, just draw it up. As you step forward, this is a jab with the right hand. Follow step, press. Step back a little bit, show the cookies. Left hand pushing right hand. Drop the elbows down, come back, hold your ball at 90 degrees. Step forward and press. Open. Waving hands left, so we'll do our single whip right. And then we'll do our closing, so cross your wrist, step back right, press the wrist down, that's a nice yin, isn't it? Then float them up, step back, untie, and come back to Wuji. So let's gather chi 3 times, and then I may end a little soon, but we can talk. Hopefully that worked better for you. Draw up and float. And release down the middle. And begin to see if you can float on the outside as well. In fact, the way Chester teaches this is it's a donut. And there, you poured the fluid on the donut and it's going down the middle of the donut and then it's rising up on the outside of the donut. See if you can imagine that. So as the fluid goes down the donut hole, it's also rising on the outside of the donut. That really works for me. Let's just try one more with that visualization. So pouring down the middle and rising up on the outside skin. Feels nice and balanced. And once you have that feeling, that's what you want to bring to your Tai Chi.